somebody struggling with addiction. I know somebody struggling with addiction.
Right.
And a lot of times, we don't pay so much attention to those things. We think that, the people that are struggling with addiction, it is their problem, it's their own fault. We tend to stigmatize and, do the blame game, without, paying close attention that this is something that can happen to you and I. So,
right.
Mama Don't Give Up is a song to inspire, to motivate, and also to educate people on the issues, because working on this project, I talked with a couple of people, and, they were normal people like you and I, and they expressed to me like they had back pain, they went to the hospital, they were prescribed some opioids, and, for like 4 years they were addicted to opioids. And, I mean, you'll be like, wow. And these are people that are like, some of them are my close friends, So, we have to understand that, so far as we can see the sun every morning, and so far as we can see the stars every night, the future is bright. And because somebody's going through something today doesn't mean that their life is over. So we, as a community and as a society and as one world body, we have to come together to show support to the people that are struggling with addiction. So when we show the support, then their road to recovery is going to be shorter. And then they don't have to go back to their old habits. And then they know that everybody's supporting them, and then they'll be prepared to face tomorrow in a better way. So Mama Don't Give Up, inspire and breed the hope they need, and also provide that education we need in our society.
Yeah, that it means a lot, because it's an issue that has been, it's another epidemic in the country, if not a pandemic around the world. Like you're saying, in the U.S. alone, the drugs kill an average of 130 people every day. So like you're saying, like just today alone, and it's not even a full 24 hours. By the time the 24 hours we step into Saturday morning, 130 people have died from using opiates or overdose on drugs, which is the cost of the economy. Estimate $78 billion a year, according to USAFacts.org. Now, with something like that, with a kind of number that's like, that high, do you think they were doing enough to prevent this?
It's like, right now, when you say prevent this, I was having a discussion with a friend the other day. I'm like, we cannot, eradicate addiction entirely out of them, out of this planet, right? But what we can do is that we can implement programs and educational programs, interventions to slow the number of people that are getting addicted. And right now, there are a lot of initiatives that are going on to kind of like, decrease the number of people that are getting addicted, or to decrease the number of addicted-related deaths. For example, when you look at naloxone, heavily the current administration was, promoting the use of naloxone, and naloxone was something that, everybody knows that it reverses opioid overdose. So to eradicate addiction entirely out of this world is something that isn't. I don't think it will be really possible. But what we can do as a society is to make sure that we lessen the death, and we lessen the people that are going to that are struggling with addiction.
Right. I mean, I can remember when former President Barack Obama, where they were doing like a sort of a bill or something like that to put out there to lessen the charges on people who were drug addicted, or opioids, or any substances like that, to try to get them help with that. But then with the president right now, they try to overturn it. That's something that you are aware of?
I mean, it's not like what we are doing right now. What is being done right now is aggressively to reduce the opioid overdose death, and also to educate people on the use of opioid medication. And also there are a lot of programs in place. So I don't see that there's any reduction in the programs, but rather there's been a lot of improvement in the previous what do you call it in the previous initiatives.
Administration, yeah,
Previous
right.
initiatives. So I know it's very hard. It's something that is very dear to a lot of people. But like it doesn't. This thing doesn't. Only depend on an administration to combat this issue, but as a society, we all have to come together to help fight this epidemic.
Yes, and it's very real right there. Now, as a U.S. Public Health Service officer, um, have you seen the numbers like decline, or they're just like skyrocketing up?
When it comes to numbers and data, I haven't set my eyes on like the real numbers on data, whether it's declining or is going up. But what I can tell you is that the Surgeon General of the United States have kind of like encouraged all the officers to go out there and educate people in the communities in which they live on opioids and stuff like that. So from my level, I can tell you we are doing everything we can to decrease the death, to decrease the issue, and also to educate people on the intervention programs that are out there.
Right, right. It's definitely necessary. I mean, I can remember in the 80s, the 70s, and the 80s. I can remember when like heroin was a big deal, and it still is. And the crack epidemic as well. I can remember that going to school. I can remember they had like it was like they would teach us in school about drugs. Right. First of all, was one about heroin, and the tape of it was called "Dead is Dead." So they were showing us those kind of videos of what people were going through withdrawal and how the way they were doing these drugs. Do you think that if we can educate kids even at a younger age, and I think it was in the 8th grade when I first seen that, it was called "Dead is Dead." But at the time when they did that, it was a very old film. It's like probably was done in the late 60s, early 70s, and but I don't know if they're still doing those kind of things in the public school thing about teaching kids about being addicted to drugs or what it the effects of it, what it do. Is that something that they took out of the schools now, or they just like there's something that prevention?
I can tell you one thing that it is something that is ongoing right now. Because like a lot of my fellow officers, they go to universities and high schools and educate students on these issues. So these are programs that are still in place, and we are teaching people about opioids, drug addiction, and all those kind of stuff. So yes, there are programs that are still in place, and I think currently, I think the programs have been kind of like there's been an increase in participation in those programs.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and I think that's what we need, so we can instead of like punishing them for putting them in jail and stuff like that, it's not going to really help the situation because some people are going to probably go do jail time and come home and do the same thing anyway.
The same thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Because like the Surgeon General, they have a program what we call the PACE program, and that's the prevention through active community engagement.
Okay.
And so that is as part of this program, officers go out there to schools, and educate these people. So and all the 50 states in U.S. have this program. We have regions where officers are highly engaged. So from my level, I can tell you that there are a lot of public health professionals that are highly engaged in these programs. And I know it's a very challenging time, like you said, and it's real, but what we can do as a society is come together, embrace one another, be a cohesive force, and then make sure that we control the number of people that are dying every day from these addiction issues, and then the people that are going back to their old ways, and also the people that have problems, we have to embrace them and help them to the road to recovery.
Yes, I mean we can get that 130 people every day. We get that number down to 0 would be awesome, but but if we get down something like 20 people, because people are going to be addicted to drugs regardless, whatever. We're not talking about the hard drugs or like you said, opiates. They're drugs, like even with alcohol. You know what I mean? So it's like if we can just like kind of get that together, I think we will be at a better place. And people's and education, like what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, Nana, what you're doing is a public service that you're doing for people to give that
Thank you,
information
sir.
to them. Like, you know, and I definitely appreciate that all the way because we hardly hear about this. You know, we see it going on in our neighborhoods, in our cities, in our towns, and it's not just, you know, it's not a white black thing. It's not none of that. This addiction hits
Mm-hmm.
anybody in any type of you know, poor or affluent or anything, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and you know, like the video. I don't know if you're taking the time to watch the video, but before the video starts, there's a statement which says addiction is a disease of the brain, but not
Right.
lack of will. You know, and this statement means a whole lot because it draws from the project the stigmatization of people that are struggling with addiction. And you made a statement that, you know, it's not about color or whatever. You know,
Right.
this is something that is affecting people of all races, all color, ages,
Right.
demographics, whatever, you know?
Right. Yeah. I'm glad you're in the forefront of that fight right there. We definitely salute you for that. And you got this track right here, Mama Don't Give Up. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a great song. We heard it. We were like, man, we're going to put this in rotation heavy right there because it's necessary right now. And you're working with Sound Lion Records. The song was actually put out there on March 27th, so it's out there. The single has been released, you know, this year, 2020, March 27th. And the track is called Mama Don't Give Up. All right, and you guys, they can go out there and get this song. Actually, the video's out there as well. But then check out Nana Cottons on Facebook.com. Nana Cottons spelled with NanaKottens. There's another S at
Yes.
the end of that for Facebook as well. And on Facebook.com, Sound Lion Records. All right, as well.
Records.
Instagram, right? Nana Cottons, right? And come get some of that as well, man. Instagram, Sound Lion Records. Also on Twitter.com/Cottons. Nana. Like I said, it's spelled Kottens and Nana. Come get some right there. Also on LinkedIn, on Twitter as well under Sound Lion Records. So now do you have like a website or where can they can send the video on YouTube?
The video is on Nana Cottons Vivo. Nana Cottons Vivo.
Okay.
Yeah. And we have our own website. You can see the video on our website as well. We have our website is Sound Lion Records. When you go to Google Sound Lion Records, our website is right there. And yeah.
All right, man. Yeah. So is this like this single right here? Is this like from an EP or for an album or
this yeah, thanks for asking that. This is a single from a single from an album. The album is going to officially be released 2020 on Mother's Day. So what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to this project actually is going to feature musicians and groups from different part of the world, and predominantly from Ghana. So the second release, which is going to be in a couple of weeks, is going to feature One Voice Choir. One Voice Choir, they are one of the best choir in Ghana. They want the Ghana Youth Choral Choir.
Yeah, I've heard of them. Very familiar. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so they're going to be part of the project. And the second is going to be a remix of the first one. And then the third quarter, I think the other quarter, we are going to have an acoustic version, different style, featuring sensational gospel musician in the lobby, and also Six Strings. Six Strings is a very talented musician from Ghana. Yeah. So we are going to do a twist on it. And then, the ultimate goal is to have different vibes, different feel, different songs, different tempos, where people can connect to the song in so many ways.
Right.
So by the time we hit 2021, the song I'm going to release is going to feature a rapper from Indianapolis. And that song is going to be like more of like a pop song,
Okay. Right.
Yeah. So we're trying to create different blends and different styles to the project. So this is just the beginning. It's going to be 12 months long campaign into this awareness program, and I hope a lot of people can get on board and support our initiative and our concept as we progress.
Yeah, man. I mean, you've done a lot of things, man, and you're doing a lot of good things, and that's what's necessary, what is needed in today's society, and we definitely want to support that here on Ski Beach Radio Music Review, also around the world media as well, man, because what you guys are doing, this is necessary. We love doing things when it comes to public service announcements and you serving, the public, not just through your music, but also information that you can give them, so people can recover and get better for what in our situation. And I also want to salute you, for being in the military.